Iron Odin 2 and the Retroid Pocket 4. Without question, two best-in-class retro handhelds at their respective price points. But not only are they fantastic, today I'm going to be talking about the 5 best accessories that you can pick up for this device that make things even better. I'm Will from the Game Lounge. Let's get started. The first accessory I'm going to talk about is a micro SD to USB-C adapter. Now, it goes without saying that PS2, Wii, GameCube, even Dreamcast, you need an additional 512 gig memory card with this thing. But when you look at the prices here, you can see that as you go up from 128 to 256, 512, and then 1 terabyte, you actually end up seeing the prices going up exponentially. By this stage, many of us in the retro gaming emulation scene have built up pretty substantial PS2 libraries. These were DVDs, let's not forget. So you can see here, 558 gig. Now, I have compressed them to CHD, but that means the PS2 alone will have more than a memory card's worth. If you look at the GameCube as well, similar size, 200 gigabytes. Even the Dreamcast comes in at 100 gigabytes almost. So what does this device do? Well, to me, the beauty of this comes in its size. You can see here, this is smaller than a pound coin. Therefore, it can easily snap on your keys or very, very easily be stored in your pocket. And this gives you basically the core memory on the device, as well as the expansion card, micro SD card, where you can get a 512 gigabyte card for a reasonable price nowadays. And then this allows you to add extra. Now, if you look here, you can see it's quite simply place the micro SD card in and plug it into the device and you are off. This will just be shown as an additional drive on the system. And the beauty of it is you can store your entire library. I have a micro SD card for PS2, 128 gig for Dreamcast games. And if there's a game I'm playing a lot and it's not on there, you can just move these over. You can see here I'm using File Browser. You can see that I've got my entire library on here. If I wanted to copy one over permanently to memory, I absolutely can. Equally, if you're in Nether SX2 like I am here, you can see I've got the core games that I've been playing recently. But if I connect up the device here and add the directory, which I have done, all you have to do is basically restart. Nothing to do here. And when you restart the device, let's restart Nether SX2, you'll now see it picks up the entire library. I love this device because it means that I don't have to spend an arm and a leg on a terabyte card, which still actually would not be enough for my entire gaming collection. Now, I'm going to add a little extra accessory here, which is your micro SD USB reader to connect to PCs. This is a little extra. These are like $5 literally, and you can just plug them in and easily then transfer between your PC and the device. The next absolutely essential device are analog sticks, and you can either buy new sticks or you can just pick up the caps like I've done here. Now, the device does come with excellent Hall sensor analog sticks already, but the beauty here is you can simply remove them by just pulling on them and then replace them with whatever you need. And I've actually found that to be extremely good. You can see here, I'm just using the cap. I push this on and that's it. That's all you need to do. It's one of the easiest mods. And the fact that you can switch back between the two. So if you want to get some, fairly substantial Xbox or Steam Deck-esque sticks, you can absolutely do that. And it gives you so much more control. So if you're game streaming or if you're playing first-person shooter games, they just feel so much more substantial than when you're using the smaller analog sticks that come with the device. And the fact that they're interchangeable means you can go back at any time. Now, there's so many places you can get these on the internet. It's best to Google and see what's right for you. There's so many options, lots of Etsy sellers out there. But if you want to really enhance the functionality of this device, I absolutely recommend you pick these up. Number 3 is a carry case. And These two devices are actually perfect because the Odin 2 and the Retroid Pocket 4, the carry cases that you get with each one, to me, represent the two different choices you have when you're looking for a carry case. The AYN, on the other hand, is minimalist. There's no room for extras. It literally skins the device. The benefit of this is, of course, it's a smaller device. Less space in your bag. It still is a medium size, but you can just pop it in. It fits really snug, closes up, and keeps the device completely protected. And that's one choice that you've got. Now, that's the official one from AYN. And if you go with that one, it's great. You'll have to go with a non-official one if you want the secondary choice. Now, if we take a look at the Retroid Pocket 4 here, you can see this is a different proposition. It's the same material, but it's a lot thicker. In fact, if we take a look at this, how thick this is, compare it to the Odin, which is the larger device. Let me just take a look here. You can see that it's actually thicker. And the reason it's thicker is obviously there's so much more real estate in here. So when I'm talking about accessories, I'm talking about micro USB, etc. If you want to take a charge cable on the go, everything like that, very, very simple, will fit in this case with no problem at all. So when you're thinking about cases for your retro systems, and in particular, of course, the Odin and the Pocket, these to me are the big decisions that you need to be making. So the fourth essential accessory here for me is a dock. Now, thanks to products like the Steam Deck becoming popular, there's loads and loads of third-party versions of this. Of course, the AYN has a big problem as to the Retro. I picked up this Ugreen and you'll notice the device has to be docked upside down. Ideally, if you get the official one from AYN, then obviously it sits neatly in the dock. But in terms of functionality, you can see here absolutely nothing changes. And to me, this brings this device out. This device actually was a really cheap £25 device off of eBay. You can quite simply connect the device up. It then allows you extra USB storage if you've got hard drives, etc. You can easily hook in an Xbox wireless controller, and a lot of apps will work pretty much out the bat. RetroArch works very, very well. If we look here, you can see I've got my Xbox controller. It's paired. It automatically works with the OS. There will be some issues with button mappings, and you will have to do that. It's not a seamless experience, and I'm hoping in the future software will solve that. But you'll see here plenty of apps like Redream and RetroArch, as I mentioned before, will just work straight away, which is excellent. And this then makes this a fully consoleized experience that you can take on the go, almost like a Switch for retro emulation here. And given the performance output, particularly of the Odin 2, this will happily output to 4K resolutions, meaning games will look crystal sharp and really good to play on modern TVs. This is not like, say, one of the Ambonic devices, the RG35XX, which will just output at a low res. This you can actually crank up higher than the device itself, as long as it's supported by the emulator. And you can see here with MSR, this is just on the 1080p display. It looks really crisp. And last but not least, I'm absolutely cheating with this because this isn't strictly an accessory. This is a paid for app, and that is Emulation Station Desktop Edition. Now, this just makes the device seem so much more professional. It gives it a almost retail-like product to it. You can see here, really simple to use as a front end, hooks in really, really well to all of the apps. You can see it's got videos, artwork, screenshots, everything just looks beautiful with this. And the great thing is just how highly configurable this is. You can see I love this default theme, but if you want, obviously there's a huge emulation community out there that have made so many skins. And these aren't just color variations. These completely change the functionality and how things look. So there is a theme out there for absolutely everyone's tastes. So for the price, yes, you have to pay it once, but then you get a license from Emulation Station. If you do it via their Patreon, you only have to support them for 1 month, and then they'll continue to send you updates. I no longer support them as a Patreon. I have supported them for a couple of months just because I think this is a fantastic device. I've now stopped. I continue to get emails with all of the latest versions, and it's excellent. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Hopefully this has been informative. Let me know if there's other accessories that I don't know about. I'm always keen to get your feedback. And as always, have a great day.